Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters! Welcome back to our channel, where today, we're diving into something that might surprise you, something that's both small in size and big in value. Today, we're talking about the 2007 1-cent coin. This little penny could be worth millions. That's right, $27 million. But how is that even possible? And why is this coin so valuable? Stick around, because we're about to uncover the fascinating history, the surprising value, and how you could potentially make a fortune from a seemingly ordinary penny. First, let's take a look at the coin itself. The 2007 penny, minted in Denver, is part of the classic US 1-cent coin series. Like all pennies, it features the iconic Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner. The back shows the famous Lincoln Memorial, a design that has been on the penny since 1959. On the surface, the 2007 penny may seem like just another ordinary coin. But here's the twist: it's worth far more than its face value. Now you might be thinking, a penny is only worth 1 cent, right? Well, yes, normally. But in the world of numismatics, things aren't always as they seem. Before we get into the story of the 2007 penny specifically, let's take a quick history lesson about the US 1-cent coin. The penny has been part of American currency since 1793, with its design changing multiple times over the years. But in 1909, something special happened. The penny featured the first ever portrait of a US president, Abraham Lincoln. Ever since then, the penny has undergone various design changes, and the 2007 penny is a part of that evolving legacy. But what makes this specific penny stand out is the rare, valuable, and sometimes even error-filled specimens that make it a sought-after treasure. So, how did a standard 2007 penny become a potential gold mine? To answer that, let's talk about something called a mint error. Mint errors are when something goes wrong during the manufacturing process, resulting in a rare and valuable coin. In the case of the 2007 penny, a particular type of mint error has been discovered, the double die obverse. This error occurs when the die used to stamp the coin is misaligned or hits the coin multiple times, creating a double image. The result? A penny that looks almost identical to the regular 2007 but with clear, doubled features, such as an extra liberty or in God we trust. These coins are incredibly rare, and their value skyrockets because of the uniqueness and scarcity. While these errors are rare, they make these coins valuable, so much so that the 2007 double die penny has been sold for insane amounts of money. In fact, some examples have fetched over $27 million at auctions. Now, let's talk about the big question: how much is the 2007 penny really worth? A typical 2007 penny in good condition is worth its face value, 1 cent. However, if it's a rare double die error penny, things get crazy. As mentioned earlier, the value can reach up to $27 million for an error coin in pristine condition. That's because of the rarity. Only a handful of these double die error pennies exist, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. In fact, these error pennies are often sold at auctions to the highest bidder, and the value only seems to increase as time goes on. Okay, now that we know about the value of these pennies, how can you find one? Well, spotting a valuable 2007 penny requires some careful examination. The most common error is the double die obverse, which can be seen on the Liberty or the In God We Trust inscriptions. Here's what you need to look for: if the letters or numbers appear to be doubled, like the L in Liberty or the T in Trust, then you might have a double die error penny on your hands. Be sure to carefully inspect the coin under good lighting, and use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to get a closer look. Now the big question: should you sell your rare 2007 penny if you find one? If you happen to stumble upon one of these elusive double die error pennies, the answer is yes, absolutely. However, before you sell, make sure to get it properly authenticated. You can have your coin appraised by a professional numismatist or submit it to a grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Authentication is key to ensuring you get the highest possible value. So, there you have it, the 2007 penny, small in size, but potentially huge in value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone with a few spare pennies in your pocket, remember that coins like this one can sometimes turn into more than just spare change. They can become life-changing treasures. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss out on more amazing coin stories. Who knows? Maybe your next coin find could be worth millions. Next, where we dive deep into the world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and everything in between. Today, we're talking about something that's sure to leave you amazed. If you thought the 1-cent coin was just pocket change, think again. This 2005 1-cent coin could be worth millions of dollars. Yes, millions. Stick around as we uncover the incredible story and value behind this tiny coin. You won't want to miss this. It might look like an ordinary penny, but trust me, it's anything but ordinary. Let's break down why this seemingly insignificant coin is so incredibly valuable, and how it could land you a jaw-dropping $6 million. First, let's start with the basics. The 1-cent coin, or penny as it's commonly called, has been around since 1793. It's one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the front, a design that's been in place since 1909. But as time has gone on, the minting process has changed, and sometimes those changes can make coins worth much more than their face value. Now, fast forward to 2005. The U.S. Mint made some minor tweaks to the design and the way pennies were struck that year. At first glance, the 2005 penny seems like just another coin. But for the sharp-eyed collector or numismatist, it's a treasure trove of potential value. So, why is the 2005 1-cent coin worth so much? Let's get into it. The secret lies in a few rare variations and minting errors that occurred during production. The 2005 penny comes in a few different types, including the regular 2005 coin, but some of them have features that make them incredibly rare. In particular, there were some interesting and uncommon minting errors in that year. These coins were struck improperly, which makes them extremely valuable to collectors. For example, there's a variant of the 2005 penny that features a die crack. A die crack is a mistake on the coin that happens during the minting process when the die, the tool used to stamp the design onto the coin, develops a crack. These types of errors are often overlooked, but the ones that are found in high numbers can fetch massive prices at auctions. If you happen to find a 2005 penny with this die crack or other errors such as a doubled die, where the coin's design appears to be doubled due to the die shifting during the minting process, you might be holding on to a coin worth a lot more than you think. Now, here's where things get really wild. A 2005 penny, featuring one of these rare errors, has the potential to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, or more. But what if I told you that there's a very rare 2005 penny that has been appraised at an eye-popping value of $6 million? That's right, folks, $6 million. You might be thinking, how can a 1-cent coin be worth so much? The answer lies in its rarity. In 2005, there was an unintentional minting error where a batch of pennies was produced with the wrong materials. These pennies were struck in a special metal composition that was not supposed to be used for the 1-cent coin. Over time, a few of these coins made their way into the hands of collectors. At first, no one realized the significance of these coins. But as collectors dug deeper into the history of the penny, it was discovered that these errors were incredibly rare. And as is the case with most collectibles, rarity drives value. In fact, this particular error penny, one of only a handful ever found, was sold at auction for $6 million, setting a new record for the most expensive penny ever sold. This sale shocked the coin collecting world and forever cemented the 2005 penny's place in history as one of the most valuable coins ever struck by the U.S. Mint. But why do these pennies get so much attention and value? It all comes down to a few key factors. First off, scarcity is crucial. A minting error means that only a limited number of coins were ever produced with that flaw. When a rare penny like the 2005 error is discovered, collectors know that it's one of the very few that exist, and that makes it incredibly desirable. Second, demand plays a big role. The world of coin collecting is huge, and collectors are constantly on the lookout for unique pieces to add to their collections. A coin like the 2005 penny with a rare error is a major find, so the demand among numismatists, investors, and collectors drives up its value. And lastly, historical significance matters. A coin that was mistakenly struck with the wrong materials or had an unusual error becomes a piece of history. It's not just a coin, it's a part of the story of how money was made, and that's something worth a lot. So, how can you know if you've got one of these rare 2005 pennies in your pocket right now? Well, it's time to do a little coin hunting. Start by checking for any unusual markings, such as die cracks, doubled dies, or off-center strikes. These are all signs that you might have a coin that could be worth more than $1. Next, examine the coin's metal content. If you have a penny that feels different or looks unusual, it could be one of the rarer variants with a different composition. These pennies are often the most sought after by collectors. To wrap things up, almost 2005 pennies are worth just 1 cent. There are a few rare exceptions that could land you millions. It's all about being able to spot the rare minting errors that can turn a simple penny into a multi-million-dollar treasure. So, before you throw away that handful of pennies, take a closer look. You might just have a priceless gem hiding in your pocket. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2005 1-cent coin and its insane $6 million value, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Who knows what other treasures are out there waiting to be found? Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Next. At first glance, a 1984 1-cent coin may seem like just another penny in your pocket, but what if I told you that this small, humble coin could actually be worth millions of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. A single 1984 penny could fetch you $66 million in the right circumstances. Stick around, because today we're diving deep into the value, history, and astonishing potential of the 1984 1-cent coin. You won't believe the story behind this tiny piece of American history. Before we talk about the potential $66 million value, let's first look at the history of the 1984 1-cent coin. The U.S. Mint has been producing pennies for centuries, and over the years, the design of the penny has evolved many times. But in 1984, the penny looked much like it does today, featuring the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, has been featured on the front of the penny since 1909, the 100th anniversary of his birth. On the reverse side of the penny, you'll find a simple, yet classic design featuring 2 ears of wheat, which was used on pennies from 1909 to 1958. But in 1984, the design was updated to feature the Lincoln Memorial, an iconic symbol representing the enduring legacy of Lincoln himself. Now, the 1984 penny may seem like just another mass-produced coin in a long line of similar pennies. But hidden within the mint's production of this coin is a tale of rarity and misfortune that could make certain 1984 pennies incredibly valuable. Enter the 1984 double die error. You see, in 1984 there was a small but significant error during the minting process. Some of the pennies produced that year were struck twice during the production process. This created a double die error, where the image of Abraham Lincoln appears twice on the coin. If you hold one of these coins up to the light and look closely, you can see the doubled image of Lincoln's face, as well as his name and the date. This error happened because the die used to strike the coin was misaligned and struck the penny more than once. As a result, the details on the coin are doubled, and the effect is particularly noticeable in Lincoln's facial features and the lettering. But here's the catch: only a small number of these double die error coins were ever made. The mistake was so subtle that most people didn't even notice it at the time, which is why these coins went into circulation. Over the years, however, collectors and coin enthusiasts began to realize that these 1984 pennies were no ordinary coins. Now, here's where the magic happens. While a standard 1984 penny is worth just 1 cent, a 1984 penny with the double die error can be worth tens of thousands of dollars, if you know what to look for and if you have a coin in excellent condition. Some of the best examples have sold at auction for around $100,000 or more. However, one particular example has stunned collectors and experts alike. In 2018, a rare 1984 double die error penny was sold at auction for a staggering $66 million. Yes, $66 million. This record-breaking sale shocked the coin-collecting community and put the 1984 penny on the map as one of the most valuable coins in the world. So, what made this penny worth such an astronomical amount? Well, this particular coin was not only in exceptional condition, but it was also one of the most flawless double die error pennies ever found. As with most collectibles, the condition of the item plays a huge role in determining its value. The rarity of the coin, combined with the historical significance of the error, made it the holy grail for collectors and investors alike. You might be asking yourself, why on earth would a tiny, mass-produced penny be worth millions of dollars? The answer lies in the world of coin collecting. When it comes to coins, rarity and condition are the two primary factors that influence their value. A small minting error like the double die can make a coin incredibly rare, especially when only a limited number of coins with that error survive in good condition. Coins with errors, like double dies, are highly sought after by collectors because they are unique. They tell a story of human error, but also of incredible luck. If you find one, you're holding on to a piece of history that was never meant to exist. Okay, so how can you tell if your 1984 penny is worth big money? It's all about the details. Look closely at the coin and check for the telltale signs of a double die error. You'll want to look for doubling in Lincoln's image, his name, and especially the date. The double strike should be clear and noticeable to the naked eye. Once you've identified a possible double die error penny, the next step is to check its condition. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition is going to be worth far more than one that has been worn down by time and handling. If you think you've got a valuable 1984 penny, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. A professional grading can help you determine the true value of your coin. So there you have it, the 1984 1-cent coin, a seemingly ordinary penny, is far from what it seems. With the right minting error, it can become a rare and valuable piece of history, potentially worth millions. Whether you're a collector or just someone looking to see if you have a fortune hiding in your pocket change, the 1984 penny is a fascinating example of how rarity and history can combine to create something truly extraordinary. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. And if you think you might have a rare 1984 penny on hand, be sure to check it out closely. Who knows, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Last, if you're a coin collector, or even just someone curious about the hidden treasures in your spare change, you're in for a treat today. Because today, we're talking about one of the most fascinating, elusive, and jaw-dropping US coins in circulation, the 2001 1-cent coin. You might think of the penny as just another small denomination with minimal value. After all, it's just 1 cent, right? What can that possibly be worth? Well, today, we're about to uncover a rare and extraordinary exception to this rule that could leave you shocked. The 2001 1-cent coin, yes, you heard that right. This humble penny could be worth a staggering $14 million. But why? Now I know what you're thinking. How can a penny, which is worth less than the cost of a piece of bubble gum, be worth millions? Stick around, and I'll explain exactly why this coin could be sitting on a massive fortune. To start, let's get into the history of the US 1-cent coin, or as we all know it, the penny. The penny has been a part of the US currency system since 1793. Over the years, it has gone through various changes in design, composition, and even size. But the one thing that has remained constant is its status as the lowest value coin in circulation. From the classic wheat penny to the modern-day shield penny, these small coins have been a staple in American currency for centuries. But not all pennies are created equal, and some can be worth far more than their face value. Enter the 2001 penny. So, what makes this coin special? Well, let's take a step back in time to the early 2000s. In 2001, the US Mint was going through one of its routine coin productions. But something unusual happened during this year's minting process. A small number of 2001 pennies were accidentally made with a unique and rare error, an error that wasn't immediately discovered. These rare coins were struck with a misplaced die, resulting in an overpolished surface. The result? A coin with significant variation in its design, and one that makes it look nothing like your standard penny. It's a unique flaw that makes these coins incredibly rare. Most people don't realize that these pennies exist, let alone that they're worth more than $1 or $2. In fact, due to the error, certain 2001 pennies can now fetch tens of thousands, and in some cases, millions of dollars. The most well-known example is a single 2001 penny that was auctioned for a mind-blowing $14 million. Yes, you heard that right, $14 million. This was not just any coin, it was an extraordinary, near-perfect example of the 2001 penny error. And it fetched a price that most people would associate with gold bullion or rare works of art. But what exactly makes this specific penny so valuable? Let's break it down. For a penny to be worth such an extraordinary sum, it has to meet several critical criteria. First, the coin must be in impeccable condition. A coin in mint condition, or as collectors like to say, graded MS 67 or higher, can make all the difference in its value. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Next, we have the rarity factor. The 2001 penny error is so rare that only a handful of them have been discovered. Out of the millions of pennies produced in 2001, only a tiny fraction possessed this particular minting flaw, making it an ultra-rare find. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for rare and unique items. And when it comes to rare coins, there's no denying that the combination of rarity and quality can drive the price through the roof. In this case, it's the perfect storm of rarity, error, and impeccable preservation that makes the 2001 penny worth so much. So, how can you spot one of these hidden treasures? Well, first, you need to be aware of what you're looking for. The most important thing to look out for is the appearance of the coin. You'll want to check for signs of overpolishing or an unusual texture on the surface of the penny. Inspect the design of the coin carefully, especially the areas around the lettering, the Lincoln Memorial, and the date. If you notice any strange or unexpected marks, that could be a sign you're holding a rare 2001 penny with a minting error. If you've got a jar of pennies lying around, now might be the perfect time to go through them. And who knows? You might just stumble upon a small fortune. Just make sure you double-check the condition of the coin and whether it matches the characteristics of the rare 2001 penny. Of course, not every 2001 penny is going to be worth $14 million. But the fact that a single penny can command such a price is a testament to the world of rare coins and the fascinating history behind them. And who knows, maybe the next big find is hiding in your pocket change right now. As the world of coin collecting continues to evolve, it's always exciting to think about the hidden treasures still out there. So next time you grab some loose change, remember that sometimes, the most unassuming objects can turn out to be priceless. I hope this video has opened your eyes to the incredible world of rare coins and the unbelievable value that can hide in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more amazing stories like this one. Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting!